In this video, we are going to see Attorney General Pam Bondi deflect and avoid questions that are asked by Senator Jeff Merkley simply because she doesn't have an answer, but she knows the agenda that she wants to try and push to the American people. As usual, let's watch this video in full and I'll give you guys my thoughts towards the end.
Yeah, I want to know if when the president held his dinner for 220 individuals who purchased the most of his meme coins, were there foreign interests attending that dinner?
Senator, we're here to talk about the Department of Justice and my budget for the upcoming year. I would think that you would want to talk about the leader of the Sinaloa cartel who was living in Oregon, one of the top leaders. I would think that that's what you would want to talk about with me. When we captured him, he had $3 million cash in his home.
Attorney General, I know that you avoided the same question on the House side, but what we know is that many folks who attended this dinner were buying those coins because they wanted to influence U.S. policy. We had Mr. Javier Selgas, the head of Freight Technology, Inc., who said, I bought $2 million of these coins. I plan to buy $20 million because I want a favor from the president to change the policy regarding freight from Mexico to the United States. This solicitation of investments in his personal product, his meme coin, led to many people who were coming from foreign countries attending that dinner. Don't you think the American people have a right to know? And you said yourself you're very concerned about foreign influence on our government.
Senator, it is wildly offensive that you would accuse President Trump of not protecting American interest in our country when he is the president that has shut down our borders, unlike Joe Biden. President Trump has done everything to make America safe, and you asked me the question, and keep America safe.
Do you know?
And you're trying to play a gotcha question at a budget hearing when you have murders left and right in your state, violent crimes, and we are doing everything we can to help your liberal state. Whether you're liberal or not, we're going to do everything we can to help the citizens of your state, and you're trying to avoid that because you're trying to play a gotcha question with the President of the United States, and it's not going to work. We're here to talk about our budget for public safety.
I do believe that as the leader of the Department of Justice, you should be concerned about foreign influence. There was obviously a lot of foreign influence and individuals who said they were there for that reason. And so will you appoint a special investigator to make sure that that foreign influence does not affect the policies of the United States of America?
I'm not going to tell you what I will or will not do, other than I will do everything to keep the people of your state safe, even though you don't want to talk about anything to do with your state because of the crime in your state. You also voted no on the Laken-Riley Act. We are doing everything we can to protect the citizens of this country. You also said that President Trump encouraged protest. It was the opposite. He's done everything he can to keep us safe, and he will continue to, as well as the Department of Justice.
It speaks volumes that you won't answer the question about transparency when the president is asking people to invest in his company and his products, and that foreigners are attending these events. I think transparency would be appropriate. Are you going to recommend any ethics guidelines to make sure that foreign influence does not find its way in through the doors of the White House?
How do you characterize foreigners, the illegal aliens that have flowed into our country? Is that who you're talking about? You don't want to talk about them. You don't want to talk about the crime that has gone rampant throughout this country and your state.
Well, you know, these hearings are a chance for us to ask questions, and I assure you I'm engaged in national security in many, many ways. But this also I am concerned about, and let me turn to a different piece of the puzzle, because the president also has another cryptocurrency called USD1. It is a stable coin. There was a request by UAE to produce AI chips that would go to UAE. The National Security Advisor of UAE is also the CEO of MGX. So after that request for those chips occurred, MGX then said, we will buy 2 billion with a B, of the president's coins. And then the president went to the Middle East and said, we will get you those AI chips. Does this sequence of events in which a foreign government asks for a big favor And we had previously banned these chips to UAE because of the national security concerns. Then they buy $2 billion of the president's coins, and then the president goes to the Middle East and says, we will provide those chips. Does that sequence of events concern you about foreign influence on the United States of America?
The foreign influence on America that I would be concerned about if I were you was the Mexican national that resided in Oregon, who we just arrested, who had 384 pounds of methamphetamine. The foreign individual who I would be concerned about if I were a senator from Oregon is the Honduran drug trafficker who was residing in Portland for distributing fentanyl. The foreign national I would be concerned about if I was a Portland senator, an Oregon senator, is a Mexican national leader of a drug trafficking ring. Another one, fentanyl, firearms, fatal overdoses, all in your state.
You have made your point.
57,700 fentanyl pills and stolen firearms in Oregon. That's what we should work together on, not gotcha questions during a budget hearing.
Let me recognize Senator Merkley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The Attorney General certainly has made the point that she's very concerned about issues that I'm concerned about as well regarding the security of this country. But let the record note that in terms of foreign influence and the sale of foreign influence through the president's coins, she absolutely refuses to respond and instead turns to a whole list of different topics. I think it's important for the leader of the Justice Department of the United States to be very concerned about foreign influence, and I encourage you to take on that topic and not consider it an offense that those of us who are concerned here, Democrats and Republicans, want Americans to make American decisions, not foreign influence being bought through crypto coins.
Senator Murkowski.
Chairman.
Now, look, I'm gonna take off my, anti-Donald Trump hat, my left-leaning hat. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to place it on my desk for a moment. And what it is that I'm about to say to you guys is just as a neutral. I don't understand how anybody in MAGA can stand by, and see what we've just witnessed and think that that is okay. I don't understand how anybody can sit by and believe that what we just witnessed is okay. Like, that is the height of stupidity. The fact that the Attorney General cannot answer a question that a senator is asking at a hearing that relates to the very department that it is that she leads. That is something that is crazy to me, especially when it comes to the President of the United States of America engaging in activity that some would call illegal, some would say is fishy. Like accepting foreign currency from foreign individuals who are wealthy and doing it in a way where there can't be a track or a trace of exactly what it is that he's doing. It's absolutely crazy. Now, the fact that it is that Bondi consistently redirects the inquiries about Trump's crypto coins to unrelated, topics such as drug trafficking and border security, that right there should tell you the majority of what it is that you need to know. This isn't somebody who cares about keeping America safe. This is somebody who is doing the bidding of Donald Trump. That should tell you that straight off the bat. Because everybody hearing that video should be concerned about foreign influence, because the president is accepting financial resources in exchange for favors. That's exactly what it is that's happening. And that is a problem, because I thought Donald Trump ran on America first. That's not America first. That's putting the Trump name and the Trump family first. And that is a problem. Now, the fact that it is that she's not even committing to disclose whether she would appoint somebody or a special investigator to look into the actual crypto dealings of the President of the United States, whose job it is to work for the American people. That speaks volumes, and that should say a lot. And I'll end it with this. If you noticed earlier on in the clip, she emphasized that Senator Merkley is from a liberal state. And then she recognized what she'd done. And then she said, whether you're a Republican or a liberal, we will defend you. But before that, she emphasized the fact that he's from a liberal state. That speaks volumes, and that tells you pretty much everything that it is that you need to know. But as usual, guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what it is that you guys think about this clip that it is that you've seen. While you're down there, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button purely for the YouTube algorithm and join the family. I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one.